This is Rustam, and today I'm going to talk about factors affecting foreign language learning. So, here let me take you to the page. We have page number 70. So, here, as you can see on the screen, uh, we have these factors. So, let me first take you to the actual, yes, language. Let me take you to the factors affecting foreign language learning. Okay, just a minute. Unit number 5. As you can see here, this is unit number 5, and this talks about factors affecting foreign language learning. So these are the factors. So when we learn our first language, uh, that is a different theory, like child language acquisition. But when we learn a foreign language, by that time we have already our speech organs acclimatized to the systems of our own language. Okay, let's say I'm a Hindu speaker. So if I go to school at age 5 or 3 or 4, so already I have acquired my own language. So all the systems of my language are now fixed. My LAD, language acquisition device, is now fixed. So when I start learning another language, particularly a foreign language like English, so there are many other factors which affect my second language learning. So these are the factors, and as you can see, language aptitude, this is related to the learner. Okay, so some students, they have got a specific aptitude for language learning. You might have heard about Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. So there is a theory, there is an intelligence given to some students known as language skill, language learning aptitude. So if some of you don't have language learning aptitude, so your foreign language learning will be affected by it. Then comes motivation. There are two types of motivation: intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. If you are intrinsically motivated, that is a motivation from within, then you will learn English quickly, readily than other students. But if you have got an extrinsic motivation, okay, you want to learn English for a job, let's say, so it will affect. I'll talk about it at length later on. Needs. If your need is immediate, okay, like let's say you want to apply for a university in England, and you want to quickly speak English because you desperately want to get to England. You want to let's say you want to have a job there. So your need is now very what should I say, very acute and very intensive. So you will, let's say you want to apply for a job in KFC, Kentucky Chicken Fried, the outlet, food outlet, and they say that the person who has to become waiter, he or she needs to be competent in English. Now your need is very great, and you want this job desperately, and within 2 months you are likely to learn English. So this is I'll explain it further. Personality. There are personalities like some people are introverts, and some people are extroverts. So extroverts are those people who love socializing, who go partying, and who mix up with people, and they are the people who kind of mix up with people, and they love joining gatherings, parties, conferences, seminar, workshop, etc. And sometimes there are people who love to stay at home. They don't want to mix up with people. They are quiet personalities. So if you are outgoing and if you are extrovert, there are greater chances of your learning a foreign language. But if you stay, because there is a theory known as interactionism. So when you interact with people, so there are more chances of your becoming or learning the foreign language. Okay, now if the age factor, now there is a theory, critical age. Like we learn languages very fast in the early years of our development, let's say up to 10 years. But as we grow old and we become grown ups and our other language systems fix up, so there are less chances of our learning English. So learning strategies, I'll talk about it later on. This is another important factors. So let's say if someone wants to learn speaking, so he or she has to speak English. This is a strategy. So another strategy is that you must listen to lot of standard English, because listening gives an input to our language acquisition device. The more we listen to English, the more we are able to speak it. So this is one of the strategies, and there are so many other strategies. I'll be talking about it later on. Mother tongue, the influence of mother tongue is very great. So if you have already acquired your mother tongue, it is going to affect some of the systems of the foreign language. Like in Urdu, although Urdu is our national language, we can consider it as a first language. So Urdu has a sound known as re, but in English this sound doesn't exist. So whenever we want to pronounce an R in English, okay, so our mother tongue may influence. Same way, uh, we turn a singular noun into a plural noun by using nasalization, like nunugunna. Let's say we say there's a Urdu word khabar, and we make its plural by saying khabrein. So applying the same nasalization rule, when we go to book, book is a singular noun in English, and when we want to turn it into a plural, we say booking. Instead of saying books, we say booking. Why? Khabar khabrein, book booking. So what's happening? Actually, we are imposing Urdu norms of speech over English norms of speech. So I'll talk about it later on in great detail, that what is the influence of mother tongue on foreign language learning. In the next video, I'll take up each of these factors individually, and I'll talk about it. So you are requested to go through the text yourself, and then my video recording will supplement, and later on when I'm gonna record another lecture, so I'll explain each and every factors individually. Thank you very much.